everybody, and welcome to Pressure Cooking with Francois. Today we're doing another soup because we're in the super soups of fall, or whatever you want to call it. Today we're making a very easy form of vegetable soup, an Italian vegetable soup called Minestrone. Alright, I've got my ingredients ready. First thing we do is we add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to the pot, which I have already done so that I can go ahead and get it heating up. Once it heats up, we add a half a cup of celery, a half a cup of zucchini chopped, and in this 1 cup measure, I've got a half a cup of carrots and a half a cup of onions. We put that all into the pot and give it a stir. All right. Our vegetables have now been sauteed for approximately 5 minutes. We're now going to add chopped garlic. Give it a good stir and let it cook for about another minute before we add the rest of our ingredients. All right, I have now turned off the browning function. Now we're going to add our other ingredients. We're going to put in 2 cans of vegetable broth, a can of diced tomatoes, a can of tomato sauce, give that a little bit of a stir. You'll notice that there has been no meat in this at all. So I guess you would say this is a vegetarian and perhaps a vegan recipe. You just have to make that decision on your own. Then I have a can of great northern beans, which are really white kidney beans, and light red kidney beans that have been drained and rinsed. They now go into the pot. We have one more ingredient. Now, in the recipe it says shells, but if you'll look at the picture on the video, you will see that it has these small tubes of pasta, and that's what I'm using. And there's a very good reason. They didn't have any small shells. All they had were the larger ones. And you don't use big pasta, you use smaller pasta. All right, well, that's everything but our spices. We're going to get a half a teaspoon of oregano, two teaspoons of dried parsley, and 1 tablespoon of dried basil. This is only a half tablespoon measure, so I'll be putting 2 of these in. Now, it also calls for another half a teaspoon of salt. I'm not a big salt user personally, so I've already put 1 teaspoon of salt in. So I'm going to not put in that other half of salt. You are more than welcome to. Some people like their food saltier than others. I'm not one of those. You can always add salt to your taste when you're finished doing the cooking. So we're going to put our lid on. We are going to set it to high pressure and set it for 6 minutes. And we'll be back once those 6 minutes are up. All right, as soon as your pressure cooker has finished cooking, you release using the quick release system. As soon as it's finished, then we will give it a good stir, and you can sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on it, which is another way you can eat it, but that's it. So when I come back, we're going to give it a taste. All right, let's open her up. Oh my, this looks awful good. I'm going to pause the camera for a second so that you can I'm going to bring the camera so you can see what our finished product looks like. All right, that's what it looks like. Now we're going to spoon it up. All right, let's give it a try. Get me a couple of beans and some pasta and a little bit of tomato. Looks like I got a carrot drooping over the side too. Try this. I really think you're going to enjoy it. It's a different take on good old vegetable soup, or in my family, my great aunt used to make it for us, and she called it Three Bears soup. Don't know why, but she did. So, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and remember when you're eating it, let's dig in.